Hi, I'm really excited to have my colleague and friend Karen Brackett from Next Tier Bank, but we're not going to be talking about banking today, Karen. I want to talk about a special program that is near and dear to my heart that you're greatly involved in, and that is the Butler County Youth Leadership Program. So let's get started by, could you tell us a little bit more about that particular program?
Certainly. And Tricia, thank you for allowing me to come to speak today
Yes.
about this wonderful, wonderful program. This program was developed by the leadership class, graduating class of 2017. And one of the tasks of any participant for the leadership program is to come up with a program to help a nonprofit organization. So with the class, we brainstormed and we came up with the thought of developing a youth leadership program.
Okay.
So before we actually developed this program, we met with the superintendents of the school districts within Butler County, and also some of the principals and guidance counselors to talk about some of the issues that students face and how we could incorporate that into our youth leadership program. So with that being said, we were then able to develop our program, and it mirrors the leadership program in some regards. However, it is a condensed version.
Sure. And from my own personal experience, because I've had two daughters in the program, the program is designed for juniors in high school.
That is correct.
In Butler County.
That is correct.
And how do these particular students become involved in the program?
Well, thank you for asking. And there are several ways that they can, get information on the program. First of all, the principals and the guidance counselors of all the school districts have information on this program. And they also have the actual application that the student can fill out and then send back to the chamber, or they could even notify the chamber on their
Directly?
website or
Okay.
the phone number, which is located on the screen
Okay.
in front of us.
Okay, so ideally, sophomores, while they're in high school, they learn about the program through their schools, guidance counselors, etc., and then can apply to then be accepted into their junior year.
That is correct.
However, since we are nearing a new school year,
Yes.
are there any opportunities for juniors in high school right now to still become involved?
You know what? Yes, thank you for asking. We do have a number of school districts that are still sending in the applications, so we do have room for more students to participate. Again, you can go to the website or call the chamber directly, and they can provide the application for the student.
All right. And the program goes through the school year.
Yes.
You did say it was condensed.
Yes,
And from my understanding, there are two sessions during like the fall
that is correct.
period, and then there are two sessions during, say, the spring.
That is correct.
And
Yes.
in these sessions, what do they experience?
There are a number of things that they experience, and what's really exciting that these are all off-site. So the students actually are not in school. They take the day and come to the different locations. So our first location is at the Slippery Rock University's Leadership Center. It's
Okay.
a wonderful, wonderful center, and this allows the students to become a little more engaged with other fellow students. And they start to learn a little bit about leadership and what's contained in this particular role. So typically the time frame is 8 to 2:30.
Okay.
So, and there's a lot of activities that go on during that day. We have Erin Strand, who
Yes.
is wonderful from the Leadership Center, and she conducts the session there. The second session is held generally at our BC3, which is the Butler County Community College, and it's a wonderful college in Butler County. And this session actually talks about personal branding and networking. It is a wonderful, wonderful session, as you know, Tricia, because she's part of that, and we thank you for being part of that. And this really helps the students, kind of learn about the social media do's and don'ts, and also personal branding and so forth. So that's a great session as well. Our third session would then start up in March, and that is held at the Government Center. And that really talks about services that can be provided, and students can participate in these services, but also, how the government operates.
Works in their community.
Yes, and it's a wonderful program. So they do even take a tour of the jail. And that's very exciting and very interesting, to say the least.
I'm sure their reactions are
Yes.
priceless. Yes,
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And then the last session is at the Lemieux Center, and that is a wonderful day as well, because we invite some of our local successful entrepreneurs to talk about how they got started in business in Butler County.
Right.
And then our last session, which is actually our graduating day, and that happens in May, and we're thrilled to have all of our students graduate that day.
Wow. And I know that in order for something like this to take place, there has to be a lot of support from the community.
Yes.
So there are a lot of community organizations that help fund this.
Yes, yes. And I wanted to reiterate to everybody that there is no cost to the student nor the school district. This program is funded by the generosity of local businesses. And I'd like to mention a couple of them, if that's okay with you.
Sure.
Next Tier Bank is a generous sponsor, as well as Butler County Community College, Slippery Rock University, Butler Health System, and the Rotary Club of Butler.
Wonderful.
If any of your viewers out there would like to become a sponsor for this program, again, you can contact the Butler County Chamber of Commerce, or the phone number. You could call them directly, and that, again, is located on your screen.
Aw. Well, thanks again, Karen, for coming. In closing, as a parent of someone that had 2 daughters enrolled in the program, I am very grateful, and I'm so glad that we're able to educate our communities about what's available for high school juniors here in Butler County. Thank you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Butler Buzz. If you would like to see more episodes, click on the playlist button up here. If you want to stay up to date with all of Armstrong's programming, click on the subscribe button down here. See you next time.